Okay. And you met them at the airport?
Off the airport property.
Okay. Who was with you when you met them?
OPD
Okay.
and James Hoover.
Okay. How did Hoover get involved?
Hoover called me and said, "Did you hear the?" I said, "Yeah, I'm all over it." And he's like, "Do you want me to come on down?" So I said, "Sure, if you want."
Because
I said, I'm going to pick up the Anthonys at the airport.
okay. And where did you meet Hoover?
Bennigan's parking lot on 436, right before you get to the airport.
Okay. And where did you meet the Anthonys?
Bennigan's parking lot on 436.
Okay. And what did you do then?
We got into a car and we drove to a hotel.
Okay. Where did you drive to?
The Ritz. Is it what is it called? The Ritz Carlton, was it? The Ritz Carlton Hotel.
Okay. And what did you guys do after you got there?
What did we do after we got there? We got settled in the rooms. They were beside themselves, upset, and just basically needed time alone.
Did you facilitate the meeting with the Anthonys, and did you facilitate the transportation and the hotel arrangements?
I did not facilitate the hotel arrangements. They were all done by Michelle Bart.
Okay. So how were you made aware that there was hotel arrangements and where they were?
Michelle Bart emailed me. Was it Michelle? Yeah, Michelle Bart had made some arrangements, and she was calling me. She was back in. Where does she live in Oregon? Is that somewhere up there, somewhere on the West Coast?
Okay, so
and she was going to fly out.
Okay.
To Orlando, and she said she was going to be in Orlando, and she'd already made arrangements. That the Anthonys would go to a hotel instead of going to the house.
All right. And you guys got to the hotel. You're saying Michelle Bartz is the one who, to your knowledge, made the hotel arrangements.
She made those arrangements.
Okay. And who did you guys meet at the hotel when you got there? Did you meet anybody when you got there? Or did you just check in and that was it? I mean, what did you guys do?
No, we checked in.
Okay.
There was Caitlin there. Caitlin.
Who's Caitlin?
Caitlin is with ABC.
Do you know Caitlin's last name?
Yeah, it's
Fulmer.
Caitlin
Fulmer. Fulmer.
F-O-L-M-E-R.
F-O-L-M-E-R or F-U-L-M-E-R.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know Caitlin?
That was the first time I had met Caitlin. I had spoken to her once before on the telephone.
Okay.
About what?
She called me. It was probably 2 months before, or a month. I'm not sure when, but the Anthonys were up in New York on the Today Show. So that would be maybe September or something like that.
Okay.
I'm just guesstimating at that show.
All right.
And I received a call, and it's this girl called Caitlin. I said, "Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm a producer with ABC."
Okay.
So I said, "Okay." And so I'm just giving you a call, and I wanted to. I said, "I don't want to talk to you." That's the first thing I said. I said, "I don't want to talk. I don't talk to me." So she said, "Oh, I'm here with the Anthonys." So I said, "No, you're not." And the next thing, the phone was handed to. I think it was handed to Cindy.
Okay.
And Cindy said, "Oh, it's okay to talk to her. She's okay." So I said, "Oh, okay." So, and we just chit-chatted. That was it.
Okay. Why didn't you want to talk to her? What about her made you not want to talk to her?
He's a media person.
Okay, so you generally don't talk to media people. You don't have conversations with them, or
Yeah, I'll converse with them, and I'm talking to somebody from a long distance. But
Okay.
I'm not one that wants to be on TV every single night
okay,
on these TV
Right.
shows.
right now. You guys met Caitlin out at the hotel. What happened next?
What happened next? We had dinner. I mean, the Anthonys stayed in the. I think you came out, Brad. Brad came out to the hotel.
Who else was there with you?
Brad came out to the hotel. It was Caitlin. Oh, and then Lee and Mallory
Okay,
came and spent time with George and Cindy.
okay,
And then while we were having dinner, there was, let's see, there would be George and Cindy, Lee and Mallory, Caitlin, James Hoover, myself.
okay,
So we're sitting there having dinner, and then Jose Baez arrived.
okay,
And we were probably three quarters of the way through dinner, and Jose Baez arrived, and I think he just visited Casey, I believe he may have done.
okay,
So he just stopped by, and he was there for maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm not sure. It wasn't very long, and he wanted to come by and let George and Cindy know that he had spoken to Casey.
And this was after
Yeah.
I left because
right. We know you were gone when the dinner. Right.
So I don't-
So I'm confused. You're saying he just came left. Lee didn't order dinner for him
Lee ordered dinner for him.
for Mr. Baez.
Right. I'm not sure who. Jose Baez called somebody. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
who it was. And I remember there was conversation going back and forth about are you going to eat or whatever. And I think so. And Lee ordered a steak for Jose, and it sat there on the table.
Okay.
And I guess that's what Jose said. I'll have a steak.
Okay.
But I remember when he came in, he didn't have a lot of time. He was kind of in a rush, and he made it clear but he just wanted to see George and Cindy and let them know that he'd spoken with Casey.
He didn't have any conversation with Caitlin?
Yeah, there was conversation back and forth. Sure, there was conversation between idle chit chat.
Okay. What was the idle chit chat about? What were you guys talking about?
I wasn't really paying attention. I was eating my. It was not between Caitlin and Baez.
I mean, all of you sitting there together. I mean, you guys were sitting there having dinner.
It wasn't. No, hold on a minute. It was a somber. It wasn't sitting there like you'd go out to dinner and you're all talking like a party or that type thing. It wasn't. The mood was not.
What did you guys talk about? What were you guys discussing at dinner?
I remember James was sitting at the other end of the table, and I was sitting at this end of the table. And James was sitting across from James was Caitlin, and to his side was Cindy. So there was a conversation at that end of the table, whatever that was. Over at this end of the table, I wasn't really so I conversing with anybody really, just. And the mood was pretty somber. James was very talkative, and I guess he was talking about how he used to be a bodyguard for Howard Cosell, and how his son had said you need to go help the Anthonys, and just all that nonsense. There wasn't really conversations. I mean, there was conversations.